Before we get started in today's video, guys, I want to give a shout out to comicsplusofmacan.com. Comics Plus of Macan have been generous enough to give me a sponsorship, and also generous enough to give you guys a coupon code on their website. Anything on comicsplusofmacan.com can be got 10% off using code TruePainGaming at checkout. Look at all the Digimon product they have here. They have the new starter decks. They have all the sets currently out in the English format. All of that, and you can get 10% off with code TruePainGaming. If you go to the home of Comics Plus of Macan, you can even see that we have Chilling Reign, the new sort Pokemon expansion. We have comic books. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything you could want at comicsplusofmacan.com. And don't forget to use code TruePainGaming at checkout for 10% off.
And now, this world shall know pain. Almighty push.
What's going on, DigiDestined? It's your boy True Pain Gaming, back at it again with another deck profile for you guys. You all are really enjoying the red-yellow deck profile. The views are super high. The comments and likes are pretty high. So thank you guys so much for all the support. It's been great. It's been awesome. But I did notice about 86% of you guys watching my videos are not subscribed. So if you're part of the 13% that is, sweet. Thank you guys. If you're part of the 86 that's not, come on, what are you doing? We post videos a few times a week. We play in a lot of tournaments. We stream. What are you doing? What is there not to like? So go ahead and drop that sub and give me a spin a follow. So I'm sure you guys saw before the video started, we do have a sponsor, comicsplusofmacan.com. You'll see their code plastered in my Twitch. It'll be in my description below. I said it on screen before the intro. So yeah, huge shout out to comicsplusofmacan.com. Go to them, get all your Digimon needs. So let's hop into this deck profile. This is just a really fun deck profile. It's more of like a budget deck for players who, I know it's still hard to get a lot of product for a lot of players. There's two cards in here that are kind of expensive, but I'll tell you what to replace with those. But it's a control blue deck that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. If you can't tell by the thumbnail and the title, it's a Vikemon deck. So let's get right into it. To start off, we play one Wanyamon. So this is our main egg. Not our main egg bowl. This is our backup egg. It gives plus 2k, which is very, very nice. It makes your Vikemon swing for 15, and it makes your Plesio swing for 14. So it's going to be able to swing over most things, and swing through most things. This is also the only power buff blue has. So that's why you play one Wanyamon, because it's like better than the other eggs. And then the best egg, we play 4 Upamon. Upamon draws you a card when you swing if your opponent has no sources. And this deck is all about giving your opponent as little sources as possible. So yeah, that's it for our eggs. The draw is very nice off the Upa. Okay, let's start off with the options. We just play the 4 Spark. I tested with a bunch of other options. I tested with Cocytus Breath, tested with Howling Crusher, and I tested with Arctic Grace Freezer or something. It's the one that basically is Hex Blauman. But I really just feel like the 4 Hammer Spark is all you need. Hammer Spark is actually very crucial in this deck, because you need Hammer Spark plus a Tamer to get Vikemon, because he's a 4 cost. But because you're playing blue, it's actually very nice. The hardest matchup for this deck is actually green because of Terriermon. The Terriermon really was shutting me down when I was trying to play this card and go into my Vikemon, and it was just very, very annoying. So green's actually a matchup that's very scary. But red and yellow, you actually have pretty decent matchups against, because red really needs the Agumon plus their egg plus the Greymon for like Omni. And then Ragna really needs like all their security plus dudes. So trashing sources is very, very good. And then Vikemon literally just punishes them for something they can't control. And then yellow, obviously getting rid of their Patamon and their Upamon is very strong. Getting rid of their Rise is very strong. Green, getting rid of their power boosts is nice. But I've noticed green is a very hard counter to this deck because they can just rest your stuff, and it makes it very hard to gain advantage. We play 3 Mat. So this is the Tamer. I was between this and Davis. When I was playing Old Force, I was thinking Davis, but I think this is much better. So you can suspend this to trash a source when you play a Digimon, and you also set your memory to 3. I was playing with 2, but 2 did not feel like enough. You have to see this card very early in order to get your plays going. If you get starved, the deck is very bad. But that's why I played 3, potentially even 4. I just can't find the space for it. So that's it for our options and our tamers. Now into the Digimon. So to start off, we do play 2 Omnimon. This is the card that makes this kind of not budget. But if you can't afford Omnimon, just cut this for 1 Vikemon and 1 Mat. Or 1 Plesio and 1 Mat. So yeah, 2 Omni. This is the only removal the deck has. That is why I play this. But again, you don't have to if you can't afford it. I don't want to break your budget, you know. 3 Plesiomon. I like the 3 Plesio because it's the 2 cost to Digivolve if you get starved, 12k swinger. So that's very nice. With Wanyamon, you can swing over bodies, which is very cool. I don't know. I like this card. I just couldn't find room to play 4. We're actually playing a very low count of level 6s. We're only playing 6. The other 3 are the boss monster Vikemon. So there's a 4 cost, and during your turn, while your opponent has a Digimon with no sources, he gains plus 1k and security attack plus 1. So there's a 13k body on his own with 2 checks. But he actually has 3, and I'll show you that here in a second. So again, if you can't afford Omni, I would just cut 1 to play 1 more Vikemon. And then you could cut the other for either another Plesio or another Mat. It's your choice on that one. I would go for another Mat just to make sure you're consistently getting Vikemon since you don't have this card. For our 5s, we play 9 level 5s. Our main one is Garurumon. This is what, like, the main thing you want to be under Vikemon. Because when Vikemon is over him, he becomes 13k 3 checks and is going to just take so much security. And for a blue deck, like, usually blue just grinds and controls your opponent so they can't really get out of, like, they can't, like, play, really. That's what blue, I feel like, mostly does. It just controls the game, and that's it. But Guru lets you go aggro, and that's why I really like this Garurumon. 3 Zudomon. I've tested a lot of things here. I tested the Magna Angemon from set 2 or 3. I liked him. I also tested Aero Vidramon when I was going for a Ulforce version of this instead of Vike. But overall, I think I like him most because he just gives you instant value on board. So I just play him and I trash 2 sources. So this can let you burn sources quicker. Since you have cards that can get rid of 1 or 2 early, you can get up to their 5 really quick to burn. So I do like the Zudomon. This last spot right here, the Zudomon, could really be anything. It could be the 3 Magna. It could be 3 of the other Zudo. It can be lots of different things, but I think this Zudomon is the best one. I even actually considered teching the other Zudomon. I think it's from set 3. It's a same stats, 3/6, but it's a 9k DP. That's it. That way he can't die to 2 shines. I considered that, but I didn't run it. And then the last is our pseudo boss, Shakuamon. Basically, if you are early game, if you're burning sources early and your opponent has like nothing on board and they're just like at this point getting desperate and dropping rookies, you just go, okay, cool, Shakuamon, and they're like, okay, well, give me the shake. So Shakuamon's actually a very solid win condition. I considered bumping it up to 4 and cutting 0 to 3. I mean 2, but like the trashing, you need to be trashing sources for this card to work. So it kind of like one asks for the other, you know. So that's it for our 5s. And then our 4s, we do play 12 4s. We play the 4 Grizz. It's just our blocker. Helps against like the Rookie Rush matchup and all of that. So 4 Grizzly, not much to say. 3 Gorilla. I would play 4, but I can't find my 4th Gorilla. So Ice Bear, shout out to Ice Bear, one of the best blue players in the world. He gave me a spicy tech to play instead. 1 Ikakumon. It's 5 cost, 2 cost to Digivolve, 3k DP. But when swinging, you trash the top card of a Digivolution stack. So this card is the only card in the game that trashes from the top instead of the bottom. So if they're on a 6, like against Shine, if they're on a 6, this will just immediately remove their Rise. And it's like, wow, good luck now. I actually considered bumping this up, but you really just need this 1 cost for value, so. And then 4 Magna. The argument is why don't I play Kaku instead of Magna? And then like just switch them. Magna's a 4 cost, so if you brick, which happens a lot, I feel like, even though I play a lot of rookies, I feel like I always just open this card as my lowest cost, and I just want to play it for 4. He's the same effect, but it's from the bottom instead. So if you feel brave, you could switch the ratios here, but I think it's safer to play Magnap 4 because of the 4 cost drop. So these 5 are your main ways of trashing sources early game, and like as you go on throughout the game. So that is pretty nice. Finally onto our rookies. We play 2 Goblimon. This is the on-place draw. He's nice because with Matt, our other main way of trashing sources, we can just hard play him. And then he's gonna draw us a card and trash them a card from security. 2 of the inheritable on deletion Gomamon gain a memory. This is nice because it's a free memory if you like decide to crash into something with Gorilla, and it refunds your Gorillamon, so that's cool. So yeah, 3 of like a sit card. Basically, this card gets better early and late game. Mid game it's meh, but early and late game this card's nuts. It's a Gomamon, but it reduces its cost by 1 for each card your opponent has with no sources. So if you have like double Mat on board, you can play this for like 0 or 1 sometimes, and then rest both Mats to just trash 2 sources. And then we play 3 Goblimon. So this is another way we have to trash sources, but it only works on level 5 or lowers. It's still good though because we do need to be trashing those sources. So on level 5 or lower, when attacking, trash the Digivolution card at the bottom of one of your opponent's stacks. So, it only works on level 5s or less, which kind of sucks, but it is like one of our main Digivolution targets. And then to round the deck off, we play 4 Gomamons. So this is the promo Gomamon on when you trash one of your opponent's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. This card's actually significantly better because it got an errata to be when I don't know how to word it, but basically during your turn, when an opponent's Digivolution source gets trashed, you gain the memory. So basically, when the next set comes out with Digiburst, you can, if they Digiburst on your turn, you can gain a memory off Gomamon, which is super cool. He's like your ideal Digivolution target to have underneath, because then he just opens some silly combos with Gomamon. So, yeah, that's the deck. It's just a fun budget Vikemon deck. Again, if you can't afford the Omnimons, just cut like 1 Omni for 1 Vike and 1 Mat, or both Omnis for a Palencia and a Vike. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. If you haven't already, check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/TruePainGaming. Everything is recorded live there. And then also, you guys, I keep talking about the sponsor, comicsplusofmacan.com. Use code TruePainGaming for 10% off. They have set 4, set 1.0, set 1.5. They have starter decks, everything you could want for the Digimon card game and more. They have Pokemon, they have Yu-Gi-Oh, they have comic books, anything you could want. True Pain Gaming hooks you up with. So go check them out, and then yeah, comment, like, and subscribe to this video. See you guys next time. Peace.